एंड में कि मुझे लगता है आप दोनों को जेल में होना चाहिए, आप दोनों को सज़ा मिलनी चाहिए क्योंकि आप भी एक लेवल पर जिम्मेदार हो निकी के डेथ के लिए। नमस्कार और थैंक यू, धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए।
पिता कभी नहीं चाहेगा कि मेरी बेटी कभी इस तरीका से दुखी हो या कोई ऐसी दिक्कत है।
हमसे बात करने के लिए धन्यवाद राजकुमार जी। And I just want to show you some data of what dowry deaths in India really looks like. The last year for data that we have is 2022 according to the National Crime Records Bureau. Uttar Pradesh, the state I am in right now, 2,138 deaths. Bihar, 1,057 deaths. Madhya Pradesh, 518 deaths in 2022. West Bengal recorded 472 deaths. Karnataka, Telangana, Tamil Nadu and Kerala combined had 442 deaths in 2022. And let me remind you once again, viewer, these are only the registered known cases. And these are known to be a tiny fraction of what the real, actual number of total dowry death cases per year could actually be. Remember that figure, 6,000 known and registered. What's the actual number? Could be many, many multiples of that. Just keep those numbers in mind. And on India Matters, remember, we always bring you all sides of this big country. From dowry, we now take you to something much more modern, something that happened all across on the other end of the country in Visakhapatnam, and it happened at sea. What an absolutely incredible landmark, historic day today is for the Indian Navy, because not one but two of these made in India frontline warships entered service at the same time. It's never happened before. It is truly unprecedented. The Indian Navy has been hungry for more and more warships given its huge number of responsibilities in the Indian Ocean against a hegemonic China, the huge number of responsibilities in a blue water world. But the Indian Navy receiving these two warships today was truly a red letter occasion. The Defence Minister was there to commission the Udaygiri and Himgiri into service. But guess what? I and NDTV's Vishnu Shom were lucky enough to get an exclusive full access day on board both these warships days before today's historic commissioning. Take a look.
These are India's newest frigates, two state-of-the-art warships, each displacing 6,700 tons, being commissioned simultaneously, an enormous boost in the firepower of the Indian Navy. This is in fact the first time that two major surface combatants from different Indian shipyards are being inducted into the fleet simultaneously, showcasing India's accelerating naval modernization and self-defense.
Earlier ships used to be built up from the hull upwards. This ship has been it's a modular kind of a ship, like we really see in our stuff which is being done everywhere. Nowadays the construction is very modular. This allows us to make the ship faster, and not just faster, smarter, because the different parts are made in different shipyards.
So the ship is being built in slices.
Built in slices, and they're brought together.
Amazing.
And so you can engage different MSMEs, you can engage different shipyards, you can engage different people. It gets done faster. Dry docks are the place where the ship is put and put up together. So you just get the things, modules together, and you just put in the dry dock and tuck, everything comes together, and the ship is built up, and it's good to go.
These state-of-the-art warships, part of the Nilgiri class under Project 17A, are a generation leap over their predecessors. INS Udaygiri, built by Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited in Mumbai, marks a special milestone as the 100th ship designed by the Navy's Warship Design Bureau. INS Himgiri, the first of its class constructed by Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers in Kolkata, joins it in this historic dual commissioning. The names Udaygiri and Himgiri carry a proud legacy, harking back to the Indian Navy's Leander-class frigates commissioned between 1972 and 1981. These earlier ships, also named INS Udaygiri and INS Himgiri, were built under a collaboration with the United Kingdom and served until their decommissioning between 1996 and 2013. The original Udaygiri and Himgiri were workhorses of the fleet, playing key roles in maritime patrols and operations during their time. Their names now live on in these advanced successors.
This is a question again to both of you, which they were discussing with us before we began this. They had to join the forces in a sense. No, I'm joking. They wanted to because their parents were in the armed forces. You're what, fourth generation? Or
no, I'm the second generation.
Second generation, and you're
They're
fourth
both
generation.
second generation naval officers,
yeah.
and he's a fourth generation forces officer.
Yeah. Tell us about that. I mean, it's this family tradition continuing, but it's clearly something you wanted to do. Your father was on a Leander class, right?
Yeah, both our fathers have been served on Leander class. My father was an engineer.
And the significance of Leander is obviously the names of the ships.
True,
I mean, there was an old Udaygiri, an old Himgiri, an old Taragiri,
right.
which in the past were Leander class ships, and now you've got this. And so your parents served on the old ships with the same names.
Even I served on the old ship. When I joined the Navy, I did my midshipman time on Dunagiri.
I see.
And that was my first ship, and which is the next ship to come out from the GRC anyways. I studied not too far from here in the Naval Children's School here. I was studying here. Visakhapatnam is the city of destiny in that sense for me. It is a deja vu, it's a feeling of deja vu. Earlier I used to come in as a son of the officer on board, and I would be pampered by young lieutenants there. Now I am pampering those young kids who are coming on board, trying to inspire them to join the Navy and show them what they are in for, and show them that the future is bright in the Navy.
No, it's incredible. Commander Sood, your father as well, the naval officer, and served on board a Leander.
So my father actually served for 2.5 years on board the old Udaygiri.
Right. Oh, wow! So
I have the proud distinction of serving on board my father's ship itself, as we have it in the army.
Is he going to be here for the commissioning? Or?
Yeah, he'll be there for the
wonderful.
commissioning.
Displacing 6,700 tons, these frigates are roughly 5% larger than the earlier Shivalik class, but feature a sleeker design with reduced radar cross-section for enhanced stealth. Powered by combined diesel or gas propulsion systems, they integrate diesel engines and gas turbines, driving what are called controllable pitch propellers managed by an integrated platform management system. Their formidable arsenal includes supersonic surface-to-surface missiles, the BrahMos, medium-range surface-to-air missiles, the Barak or MR-SAM, a 76mm main gun, and advanced anti-submarine warfare systems, making them versatile for multi-mission roles in the Indian Ocean and beyond.
At the heart of the Project 17A frigates are its weapon systems, the RBU anti-submarine rockets, of which it's got 2 series of launchers over here on this flush deck. This is what a lot of people know everything about, it seems these days, the BrahMos missile itself. It fires 8 BrahMos missiles. These are launched from vertical silos that are over here, and right in front of me, all over here, you've got 16 surface-to-air missiles, and there are a further 16 surface-to-air missiles. These are called the MR-SAM, otherwise known as Barak 8. It's an Israeli design. The missiles themselves are being built now in India. This is absolutely critical as far as taking out enemy missiles is concerned, taking out enemy aircraft and other systems also. And right here, if you walk with me, you'll see the 76mm gun. This is an upgraded variant of a gun which we've seen in use in the Indian Navy for a while. It takes care of all sorts of threats. It can hit targets on the ground, it can hit targets in the air, ensure that the ship is protected from small threats such as enemy drones coming at it from the sea.
The commissioning comes at a critical time as India strengthens its maritime presence to counter China's growing influence in the Indian Ocean, particularly through its string of pearls strategy involving ports like Gwadar in Pakistan and Hambantota in Sri Lanka. The Chinese also have their very first overseas military base in Djibouti in the Horn of Africa. These frigates will not only protect vital sea trade routes, but also project India's naval power from the Strait of Malacca to the African coast, reinforcing its role as a key player in Indo-Pacific maritime security. The construction of these frigates has bolstered India's defense ecosystem, involving over 200 micro, small and medium enterprises and supporting approximately 4,000 direct and 10,000 indirect jobs. Rigorous sea trials have validated their hull's machinery and systems, ensuring that they are ready for operational deployment. The event follows a string of indigenous platform commissions in 2025, including the destroyer Surat and the submarine Vakshir, underscoring India's push for self-reliance in defense. In fact, this is the golden period for the Indian Navy. Never has the force commissioned more warships into the fleet. This comes at a time when the Chinese Navy, the world's largest, continues to add new warships and submarines at a record pace. Between 2020 and 2025, India's commissioned 35 ships, an aircraft carrier, 4 destroyers, 7 frigates, 3 corvettes, 4 landing craft, 3 survey vessels, 2 patrol vessels, and 1 instrumentation ship. 7 submarines, including a ballistic missile submarine, and 6 diesel-electric submarines. That's a total of 42 platforms. With the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh commissioning these grey hulls at the Eastern Naval Command's INS Sirkar jetty, the ceremony will be more than a naval ritual. It's a celebration of India's journey towards a robust, self-sufficient maritime defence ecosystem.
The commissioning of 2 warships is fantastic for any navy. For India, it's particularly significant because the pace of naval shipbuilding has been a problem in the past. But now, with the commissioning of 2 warships of the Project 17 class on a single day, it is a red letter day for the Indian Navy. New capabilities, more numbers as India's naval threats keep evolving. With Shiv Aroor in Visakhapatnam, Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
And joining me live now is Admiral Arun Prakash, former Chief of the Naval Staff, someone who has played a very significant role in his time in building up India's shipbuilding capability. He's been a strong proponent for building modern ships here in India. Admiral Prakash, good to see you. Thank you very much for your time here on NDTV. Big day, sir, for the Indian Navy. I bet you wish you were in Vizag today, as those 2 beautiful built in India ships, Udaygiri and Himgiri, were commissioned together into service, which is also quite a special thing. Your thoughts on this big day, sir?
Well, it's a great day. We have 2 ships, both indigenously built in different shipyards. Once again proving the capability of our warship building industry. It's a proud day. It's going to add a big punch to the Eastern Fleet, which these ships are going to join shortly. That's my own fleet, so although I can't be there myself, but I can't help feeling pleased as punch because the Indian Navy is going to receive a big measure of hitting power or punch in the form of these 2 modern stealth frigates.
How big a deal is this? The Indian Navy needs ships. It needs them fast. Admiral Prakash, you know that very well. You've been in the hot seat. How big a deal is it to, get to commission 2 ships on the same day?
Yeah, it's quite unusual, and it's a most welcome, development, because unfortunately, although we've become very good at building ships, but our pace of work is not up to international standards. As you must have realized by now, the Chinese shipbuilding and warship building industry is much faster. They are building ships at a fantastic rate. They've added ships in 1 year, which many navies don't have in their possession. So I think we need to pick up pace of shipbuilding. But notwithstanding that, it is still a very proud day, because these are very capable modern stealth frigates with tremendous fighting capability, long range, long endurance, and they will add immensely to the fighting power of the Eastern Fleet.
You've been commanding officer of the INS Vindhyagiri, if I'm not mistaken, Admiral Prakash, a ship that belonged to the sort of predecessor class of these ships that have been commissioned today. Very different ships. But, if one were to compare, out of public interest, how far have we come from those ships to these ships that we've seen entering service today, sir?
Okay, so indulge me a little.
Yes.
To give you a bit of history. This is called the Nilgiri class, because the first ship of this class was INS Nilgiri, whose designs we bought or borrowed from UK, and we built it in Mazagon Docks, Bombay, way back in the 60s. And there was huge amount of skepticism both in the UK and within India as to our capability of building a complete warship, which we hadn't done till now. But Nilgiri was the first step, and thereafter she was followed by 6 or 7 ships of the same class. And from ship to ship, we kept improving on the design. And the ship I commanded, Vindhyagiri, was a further development of the Nilgiri. It was longer, it was broader. Nilgiri could carry a small helicopter. Vindhyagiri could carry 2 Sea Kings, large twin-engine helicopters. So the class finished there, the Nilgiri class. Now this is a revival of the same class, but in a completely different avatar. Those were steam ships. They had a gun. They had a small first generation missile. These are ships driven by propulsion, which is called Kodag combined diesel and gas. They've got gas turbine engines and they've got diesel engines. And they are equipped with anti-aircraft, anti-ship, ship-to-surface missiles, torpedoes, the works. They are possibly some of the most potent warships. I mean, they carry a battery of Barak missiles, and you've seen what the Barak can do in anger. And they've, the BrahMos.
Yes.
They've got a battery of BrahMos, which is a surface-to-surface missile. It's a deadly missile with a long range and pinpoint accuracy. And as I said, they've also got the Barak, which is an anti-aircraft missile, I mean ship-to-air. So they are very potent, very powerful, long endurance. The Vindhyagiri could last at sea for about 4.5 days. These ships have immense endurance, I think weeks possibly. So very potent and very capable.
Admiral Prakash, you're right when you say that, we have a way to go before catching up with the pace of, the production of these ships compared to China and others. But I wanted you to comment on the, the quality and the efficacy of these ships. Do these compare with some of the best in the world, sir, in your view?
Most certainly, I would say so. They can stand their own against any ship of this class, of this tonnage, 6,000 to 7,000 tons. I mean, ton for ton, they carry a huge punch. I don't think there are many ships. I mean, the BrahMos itself is unique. There are not many navies which carry a missile of that range and that capability. And then Barak, the combination is deadly.
In your view, sir, as a country that has built, all these incredible ships, we've built an aircraft carrier as well, which is operational now. In your view, what are the next shipbuilding priorities as far as you are concerned? What are the things we should be focusing on?
Well, we already have on the design board, I think, a large ship, a large destroyer, which is almost a cruiser, I think 12 to 13,000 tons. That will be a huge achievement. But where we need to focus right now is submarine building program. The submarine strength has been dwindling steadily, and in spite of 6 Scorpions being added to our submarine fleet, our follow-on programs have slipped very badly. So we are in need of getting this Project 75 India going as soon as we can. Sooner the better.
Final question,
So
sir. Yeah, no, absolutely. I wanted to follow up on that submarine question itself because, we are in many ways a country that has its own, nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines, which are, I'm guessing, far more complicated in many ways than building, conventionally powered attack submarines. But now we're going in that other direction. We're going to build nuclear-powered attack submarines as well. How much of a challenge is this going to be, given what experience we've had in building submarines so far, sir?
Well, as far as submarine construction is concerned, we've already built SSBNs, the ballistic missile submarines. So the shipbuilding aspect is taken care of. So an SSN is a similar hull, similar propulsion, but differently armed. The SSN, the attack submarine, will carry anti-ship missiles, torpedoes, land attack weapons, and so on. So as far as shipbuilding is concerned, I think we have that issue is behind us. So it shouldn't be a problem. But building nuclear submarines is a huge challenge. They are expensive to maintain, to build, and there are huge security issues. It's time-consuming, nuclear fuel, etc. It's a very complex issue. But capability-wise, we are already there.
Circling back to my final question on the 2 ships that that entered service today, beautiful ships, and I was lucky enough to be able to spend some time on board them last week as well, Admiral, where we Vishnu Shom and I have done a full show with the commanding officers of these 2 great ships, and we also heard that these ships were built in a modular fashion, almost in slices rather than the entire hull being fabricated as one, but in pieces. That's quite an interesting thing, isn't it? That is promising in terms of maybe being able to build ships a little faster and more efficiently.
Yes, certainly. Modular construction has its tremendous advantages because you can farm out the modules to various other shipyards and then assemble them. It's a matter of interest. The British built their aircraft carrier in 3 or 4 different locations, and then they carried the sections to one Devonport and assembled the aircraft carrier there. So, getting hold of the modular techniques is a good achievement, and it'll add to our speed of construction, I'm sure.
Very, very proud day for the Indian Navy, and I know even though you're not in Vizag, hopefully you will be able to visit these lovely ships soon and spend some time on board them. I know they'll be very proud to host you. Admiral Anprakash, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you so much for being with me.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's it on India Matters. Thanks so much for watching. See you at the same time tomorrow. Coming up is the buck stops here with Padmaja, where the Election Commission has called out Rahul Gandhi once again, says everybody's come and spoken to us. Why haven't you? The buck stops here. Up next.
Hello, Moto.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.
He's a soldier, you are a soldier, and this is war.
When the world rages, a soldier stands firm and focused on his mission, just like Finesta Windows is engineered to keep out noise, dust and rain.
Switch to Finesta Windows. Don't forget to watch War 2 from 14th of August.
My birthday gift to पापा, ये उनके पापा की पहली गाड़ी एक गराज में पड़ी थी दार्जिलिंग में। फिर 3 मैकेनिक, पेंटिंग, पॉलिशिंग। जब इसे फाइनली घर लाया ना, तब लगा लाइफ में ग्रो किया है। बुलाओ।
SIP करो, इन्वेस्ट करो, लाइफ में ग्रो करो।
प्रतिभूति बाजार में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। निवेश करने से पहले सभी संबंधित दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
Rajasthan is history, culture, and much more. And I have been reporting on all things royal for more than 25 years.
The colors, the culture, and the complexities of the Northeast is different from the rest of the country. I have been bringing the Northeast closer to the capital for over 15 years. Madhya Pradesh is the heart of India, and I have been capturing its every beat for over 10 years, covering the corridors of power, what is said, what is left unsaid, and what it actually means for you and me. I have it all covered.
Kashmir is often called paradise on earth, a region that has been in a state of flux from conflict to India's crowning glory. I have been reporting and decoding Jammu and Kashmir for last 3 decades.
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India. It matters to India. And it matters to me. And it matters to me.
India Matters with Shiv Aroor, only on NDTV 24/7.
जब मुंबई से वापस कोल्हापुर शिफ्ट हुआ तो सबने कहा कि ड्रीम सिटी को छोड़ रहा है। ड्रीम सिटी। तो मैंने कहा ड्रीम में तो यही गलियाँ आती हैं। तो जब ये रियलाइज़ हुआ कि कुछ बड़ा करने के लिए बड़े शहर में रहने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, तब लगा कि लाइफ में ग्रो किया। कशी ताई? ऐसे बॉय मिलते मुंबई में? चांस ही नहीं।
SIP करो, इन्वेस्ट करो, लाइफ में ग्रो करो।
प्रतिभूति बाजार में निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। निवेश करने से पहले सभी संबंधित दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
फिनेस्टा विंडोज, ब्यूटीफुल एंड ड्यूरेबल डिजाइन्स, इंस्टॉलेशन से मेंटेनेंस की लाइफ लॉन्ग कस्टमर सर्विस। आपके घर में फिनेस्टा नहीं है तो कॉल कीजिए।
Find finer Finesta.
Mohit, you are known for your music. All your films, musics stay with us till today. I'm a millennial and those music are kind of music. So whenever we say Mohit Suri film aa raha hai, we know the music will be good, right? It's a
them and have meetings where high tea meets high stakes. When your day is anything but ordinary, you deserve a shower that's extraordinary.
Vanakkam Tamil Nadu.
Well, the battle for Tamil Nadu 2026 is open now.
After Chief Minister Stalin rolls up his sleeves.
And Vijay steps in as a star challenger.
This is a mass gathering, not for cash. Meanwhile, a former Chief Minister, Edapadi Palanisamy, begins his fight back.
The big comeback campaign by EPS has well and truly begun.
These are all the ultimate players and this is going to be the ultimate test. Pulling us into opposition party.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here. Good evening and welcome to NDTV 24/7. I'm Padmaja Joshi and on the day's biggest issue, the buck stops here. The vote chori campaign by the India bloc got a major booster shot today as the opposition's Vote Adhikar Yatra entered its 10th day in Bihar. But even as India partners ratchet up the pressure, the Election Commission isn't backing down either, putting the two sides almost eyeball to eyeball. But first, let's talk about Rahul Gandhi's Pan-Bihar Yatra. On its 10th day, the Congress MP reached Supal along with Tejasvi Yadav, where he got some additional firepower with the presence of his sister and Wayanad MP Priyanka Gandhi and Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will participate in the Yatra for 2 days and offer prayers at the Janki Temple in Sitamarhi tomorrow. It's being seen as a significant outreach to the women vote in Bihar.